wanna have fun, run around, run around. I just wanna have fun, run around, run around.
Hello and welcome to episode 25 of I Look Better Tanned.
Wow, we're a quarter to 100. Oh my God.
Isn't this crazy?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I feel like we've done so many more though.
Do you?
I don't know.
Probably because we talk all the time and then it makes it feel like we're podcasting
We're just podcasting every day.
all day, every day. This is
All day,
we
every
do.
day. Sending memes on Instagram
So many
24/7.
memes. Yeah, so many memes.
I'm now flooding Jessie with all the ACOSAT memes that are just also flooding my feed. And they're so funny.
They're so funny. But did you know that there's like a whole like culture around like ACOTAR, and they've
Yes.
like people have made up what the characters look like. There's like gear, like you can get ACOTAR gear.
Yes, there's like the fan fiction,
Yes.
AI, what they think Tamlin, Tamil toe, tampon, Tammy Sue looks like.
Who nicknamed him Tampon? I want to know that. It's so
Apparently
funny.
that's what a lot of people call him, tampon.
Like instead of reading Tamlin in the book, they read Tampon.
Or maybe because of something that happens. I don't know. I don't want to give too many spoilers away, Jessie.
God. Okay, so we got to talk about this. So you had recommended this book to me because you were like, this is so good. You have to read it. It is fairy smut. I know we've talked about this. I wasn't
Sorry,
prepared.
I was wrong. It was not 4 books. It's 5.
Okay. Well, I wasn't prepared for how fast I was going to read the book, how consumed I was by the first book. And I kind of liked it. Like, I don't know. I think I just have to read it and get it over with. It's going to consume my life for the next couple weeks, but I just have to do it and read the whole series.
Yeah, it does. I don't know what it is about it because it's not like the most amazing novel, she's not the most amazing writer, but this world and these characters, like you just become a bit obsessed with them.
I think because it reminds me of like Disney characters when I was a kid,
Yeah.
like, the beast comes and steals the girl, and then, he turns into his human form, and then she can,
Yeah, it's a good series. The second book is definitely better than the first.
Okay. Well,
I'm about to start the third.
Okay.
Court of Wings and Ruin.
Oh boy.
So I'm excited.
Yeah.
And then now I just found I got 2 more after that. So this is really exciting times.
Yeah. And then when you finish all of them, you're going to be sad. Like, oh man.
I know. Well, I think 5's a lot though. So by maybe the 5th one, like you're like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm done. But then apparently she's written another series. It's like a whole thing. It's a cult. It's a cult.
It's a cult. Like,
Yeah.
The people that like this really, really like it.
Yes. And yes, so you were talking about how they have the fan fiction, like the AI pictures. You got to be careful though, because there's a lot of spoilers on Instagram. I think I saw something that I didn't really want to see.
Oh, okay.
The other thing I like about the books is there's a bit of everything in it. There's like adventure, there's like a bit of sex, there's a bit of friendship, relationship,
I mean,
family.
there's more than a bit of sex.
But do you, when you're
They're all
reading it,
fucking horny, just
They
being
are.
like, oh, and I touched his hand touched mine, and a shiver went up my, and then he let out a low growl. Grr. And I'm going,
Ick.
ew, this is so gross.
Every time she says he let out a low growl, or he growled in anger, or he growled in sexual frustration.
What do you think his growl sounds like?
I just get the ick so badly.
Is it like a
I don't know, but if someone growled at me, I would be like, ew, get out of my bed.
oh my God, you're so gross. That's what I'd say. I'd be like, what the fuck?
Who do you think you are?
Yeah, get away from me.
But that's what I also like about this is like you actually don't take it so seriously. You can't take it so seriously. And then that's what makes it nice and enjoyable to read.
Yeah, it's so, I mean, but the half the time it's like, oh my God.
I was rolling my eyes so hard the other night when I was reading one of the sex scenes. I was like, oh my God.
I know. Like, this actually never happens. This is not how it is, kids. Like, if you're listening to this, teenagers, because a lot of teenagers are reading these books, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I hope that they don't think that this is how it is.
But this fantasy fiction, like, it's a huge thing, and people dress up, and there's a lot of foreplay dress up, and you know, people are apparently someone like Amazon ordered, like, did you see on Instagram,
What?
wings for their husband to wear?
No.
Yeah,
I mean, but like, is their husband like full on muscular, like super hot? Like,
I know these
I mean,
fairies are
even
hot.
still, I'd be like, you don't need wings, buddy. Like, do they give him fake claws?
Yeah, like fake claws, and then like these things, and then wings.
And then they're like, make sure you don't forget to growl.
Come here. And then also, doesn't she growl sometimes? I don't know. Like, I was like, this is really weird.
Yeah, I don't know. I think she's just enjoying being handled.
Yes. My toxic trait is convincing people to read A Court of Thorns and Roses without warning them they're basically joining a cult.
I mean, I've joined
So I've
it.
got you involved.
I've got my sister
trying-
involved. My sister's ordered the first book.
Yes, I
Yeah,
love it.
I know.
I've also got my friend Natasha to start reading it, and
God.
my friend Harriet's just started reading it, and then
Okay.
I'm trying to convince Joanne, but I don't know. I feel like
I've-
she'd like it.
Yeah, I feel like she would. I feel like in Asia, a lot of people like the fantasy type of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think someone needs to invent a fairy fantasy smut that's like set in Asia. But I guess that's kind of weird because when we imagine like
They're always in a mountain, right?
it's always like kind of like European style, right? You're like in mountains and there's like fresh lakes and
I don't know. There's got to be. Oh, what about like ninja smut? Like,
yeah.
I
Someone
bet
needs to
people
read
would fucking love that.
Ninja smut.
Ninja smut. Like,
Because you have anime. Is that like ninja smut?
dude, anime is full blown. Like, you can get anime porn. When my brother was
Yes.
younger, he would look at anime porn. Like,
They have like the big boobs, right?
oh, yeah. Big
And then
boobs.
the tiny waist,
Yeah.
big butt.
Yep.
So unrealistic.
Hey, remember that guy that I went to his house in San Francisco? The guy that we didn't really talk a lot about, but I went to his house.
The CIA agent.
Yeah, the guy that wouldn't let me sit on his couch in my outside clothes.
Yeah.
He had like pictures of like Japanese anime, like girls and their like short skirts and their butts showing. I forgot about that until just now.
Where? Where did he have them?
Like in his hallway, like framed prints.
What?
Yeah, I know.
That's a bit. I don't know. See, when I imagine that, I just imagine like a teenage boy's room.
Well, I know you would, right? But some
wouldn't
people
imagine
are
a man.
obsessed with Japanese everything. So
I mean, I guess if you look at it from like an artist point of view, maybe he likes that specific artist.
it was pretty artsy, but I was like,
Yeah.
why is her? I could see her ass, a little bit of her
Hole.
underwear. Didn't I'm like, and there was like a heart drawn on like the back of her thigh.
Ooh,
don't know.
sexy.
Then she was like turning around, looking with the sword. Like,
And then this boob's coming out, like, because she's so curvy.
yeah,
There's a new tattoo idea for you, Jessie.
yeah.
You've recently got 2 new tattoos.
I was like, no, I only got one. But yeah, I did get 2. Yeah, I got a little hummingbird and then I got some like sparkles.
I love the sparkles tattoos.
Yeah, they're cute. And I love the hummingbird. I was like in the gym, like doing these exercises where I had to bring my arms out. I was like, oh my God, I love my hummingbird. It's so cute.
Distracted by your amazing tattoos.
Yeah,
I
then
do
I
that too
just-
when I'm working out. I'm like,
I just
"Ooh,
like
cool
did
tattoo."
this and was like looking at my tattoo. Like, that was so cool.
I'm so cool. Badass.
Yeah, heck yeah, you are.
And so we both got tattoos recently and we both got burnt recently.
We sure did.
I
So
look better burnt.
we definitely knew that that burn was going to turn into a tan.
Mine is still really sore. It's like 4 days later.
Oh, really? No, mine, because I just slather it with coconut oil and then it just like turns into tan. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So I was wearing, like, I was in Phuket with the kids and it was awesome because I like literally just read a book by the pool for 2 days. And
And
I mean,
watch Love is Blind.
I did, and they watched it with me, which was also really awesome.
We'll backtrack to that in
Yeah,
a
we'll
minute.
go back to LIV UK in just a moment. But like I was wearing these like more bandeau style, and so then I put on like a deep V swimsuit like the last day, and I was like, oh no, like my
Oh,
boobs were like like as white as my shirt right now, and I was
like
like, oh,
glowing in the dark.
yeah. So I was like on a mission, and it kind of like the top like kind of goes, it's kind of sexy but like not too sexy, but I've got a little side boob happening, and
Nice.
so like that whole deep V and my side boobs got sunburned.
So this is actually, we didn't get burnt, but we
No.
had the same thing. I decided I was going to tan my stomach, which hasn't seen the light of day for like 4 years, because I'm like my stomach is like luminescent white.
It's white guys, white.
And I forgot about the fact that like, if you, because normally every day, when I tan, wear oil. I don't wear sunscreen, only on my face, because I just don't really burn easily. And the
Yes.
sun, I don't feel like it's that strong. But yeah, so I was like, I'm going to tan my stomach, and I put oil on, and I lay out in the sun for 3 hours. And then like, as soon as I got in, like a couple of hours later, I was like, oh God, this is bad. I was bright pink.
Oh, that's really funny.
It is funny.
It's
Wear sunscreen, guys.
Yeah, wear
We're not
sunscreen.
endorsing
Yeah,
oil.
don't burn it. Like just slowly get a tan. Like that, I know that area would just like go into tan the next day. Like I think it always starts out like a little red, and then
But like skin that hasn't seen sun for a long time is
yeah,
just
like
extra sensitive.
if I like had my full blown titties out,
Titties, titties and butt.
yeah, my boobs and butt for sure. I would like that would be really that'd be like very painful, I think.
It was very painful, and I just was very annoyed with myself, because I'm like, I'm 38 years old. I should know better.
When am I gonna learn?
When are we ever gonna learn?
Probably never.
Never. So yeah, let's talk about Love Is Blind.
Okay, we gotta talk about this.
I tried to watch it last weekend, and guys, I just couldn't get into it. I just kept being like, ugh, these people are insufferable.
Yeah, and we talked about like the first kiss always like fucking grosses me out so bad. Like
They're just like, oh, my mom's middle name is Jane too. Oh my God, we're connected.
oh my god.
Oh my God, like everything. They're just searching for things to just find in common with
For
this person.
sure. Yeah.
Grasping at straws for a connection.
Yeah, definitely. So
But fill us in.
the one I didn't like, I didn't really like the Sam and Nicole connection. Like we had talked about that. Do you remember they like
Yeah.
had matched, and he's like, yeah, I think I love you. But then like in
He's
one
weird.
of the episodes, he goes back, or like they bring them all to the bar or whatever, like all the couples are at the bar, and then they bring the other people into the bar, and Sam was there, so he pulls Nicole aside, and he's like airing their dirty laundry. He's like, well, it's because I didn't sleep with you, that's why you didn't feel that this was right. And she's like, well, what? And then right, like that is so shitty, like for you to go on television and say that. But Sam's just like a little bitch. I think that guy's such a little bitch.
He's a bit weird. He's like,
so weird.
is he the one that like has done stuff to his face? Like had got a nose job because he's quite
Yes.
insecure.
And he's like he seems like a little bit ADD, hyperactive kind of.
Yeah, there's definitely a lack of confidence there. So I do feel a bit bad for him, because you need to have confidence to like date and go on these kind of shows, and he obviously lacks that.
Oh my god, he's so weird, that guy.
I know.
Yeah.
I kind of feel sorry for him though. Is that
I
weird?
didn't. Like he seems like a fuck boy and kind of an asshole. So I didn't. But I'm gonna spoiler alert
That's
about
fine.
who
Go
got
ahead.
married, because there was the season finale. Who do you think? Do you think Nicole and Benaya got married?
I don't know who any one of these people are. I just keep seeing stuff on
So
Instagram.
Nicole is the girl that we were just talking about, and then
With Sam.
Benaya is the long-haired guy. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think aren't they like the main couple that everyone likes?
Yeah, because they like came together, and he was like, "Oh, this is so great." Yeah.
Okay. So there was 11 engagements?
Okay. I have no idea.
Something
11.
crazy like that. Is that
11?
true?
Well, if that's the case, they didn't air all of them. So
Okay.
Nicole and Benaya, Ollie and Demi, and then there was, oh my God, hold on, Sabrina and the hot gym owner, but I can't remember his name.
I remember him. He was in the first episode.
And then Tom and the makeup artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did they get married? With the red lipstick dude?
Yeah, red lipstick guy. What do you think? Do you think they got married? Out of these, I think
No.
those were the 5. Oh, and then there was another, the other 2, the guy with the big ears and, hold on.
I'm sure
Hold
he
on.
loves being known as the guy with big ears.
Jasmine and Bobby.
Okay.
She was
So
like
out of
really
all
cute
those
and little,
couples-
like long hair, like beautiful.
Tell us, who got married?
Okay, well, Jasmine and Bobby got married.
Okay.
Do
That's
you
one
think
couple.
Ollie and Demi got married?
Yes.
No, they didn't. No,
What?
I know. Do you think Freddie and
The funeral director?
Catherine got married? What was her name? Catherine?
No, I don't like her.
Catherine, yeah. Do you think they
I
got
don't like
married?
her. No.
They did not. I think she was just in it for fame.
Yeah, I don't trust her.
Don't trust her. Benaya and Nicole, long haired guy and beautiful, cute little girl.
No idea.
They did get married.
Oh. Do you like them? Do you think they're cute?
Yeah, I think how they came together was good because like she realized immediately that she had chosen wrong. When he's like, I think I love you. I think I love you. Like trying to like convince himself that he did when he actually didn't. And then the girl with the gym owner, Sabrina, her and the gym owner.
No.
They did.
Wow.
I think that they were a good.
Yeah, good match.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, Freddie, the funeral director, is going to have no issues dating and finding someone after this show because everyone's like obsessed with him apparently.
Well, he's really cute.
Yeah.
And he's
Freddie.
like, he seems nice. I think he just didn't fit with her because she's like a party girl. And she was trying to say, oh no, it's not like I go out all the time to these expensive clubs and stuff when she actually probably does.
Oh my God, who can be bothered clubbing anymore?
I know. Guys,
The thought of being in a club.
Wait, I'm sorry. Can we just talk about you and your Kindle clicker?
Speaking of grandmas.
This is our life, or this is Sarah's life. She sends me a picture and she's like, look at what I got. And it's like a clicker that turns the Kindle page for you. And then you had sent me another thing and you're like, this is my next purchase. And it was like a Kindle holder that you put in your bed and then you prop yourself up on the side and just read your Kindle without moving.
Honestly, that's the dream.
I know. That sounds way better than a loud club with sweaty people and music. And yeah.
Seriously. I know. Yeah. And this Kindle holder also has like a thing where you can put your snacks.
That's awesome.
Because I lie in bed and I'm like really cozy. And then I'm like, oh, I have to reach my hand and touch it. So annoying.
I love it. It's so great.
The height of laziness. So my husband has a Lazada. We don't have Amazon here. He has the Lazada app. And I'm like, can you please buy this for me? He's like, absolutely not. That is so lazy. I am not getting you a Kindle clicker. And I've been begging him. And then finally the other day, I was like, just fucking do it. He's like, fine.
Please, my finger hurts from all of
my arm.
These sex scenes.
I have to like
in this
lift
novel.
it up. I know.
Oh my God, it's so funny. I got a kick out of that.
So funny.
But yeah, like who wants to go to the club when you can like have your own Kindle clicker, holder, snacks,
bed, pillow.
Yeah, bed, comfy. Although I'm probably going clubbing on Thursday.
What?
In Sydney.
Oh, well that's I don't know. Still don't know if I'd want to do it. That's fun. Who are you going clubbing with?
Well, our friend who recently got divorced, she is also going to be in Sydney. And
Oh
she's like, oh my
no.
God, we're going out. And she's like, single girls
Oh my
night
gosh,
going
that's
out.
so fun.
And then
And it's nice because you're not going out with like a 25-year-old.
no, yeah, it'll be like two divorced.
Two divorcees hitting the club in Sydney.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Wow. Watch out, men.
I know.
Watch out, men of Sydney.
I'm gonna like my friend who was like in the salon when she came in, 'cause she's like kind of a tornado. She comes in and is like, whoa, oh my God.
Yeah.
All the information that you didn't need to know in like 2 minutes flat.
Yeah.
And my friend is like, oh wow, you're divorced and you only have one egg left. Hi, I'm Devin. Nice to meet you. Like she came in just spilling all the information and we were just kind of like like what is happening? Anyway.
Yeah, because
so,
it's a salon with other clients in there.
yeah, it's not just
That's really funny.
like she just was like, oh my God, hi, how are you? I just went to the gynecologist. I only have one egg left. Can you believe that? Also, I'm getting divorced. What?
But enough about me. How are you?
Yeah. It was pretty epic. It's pretty good.
That's going to be so much fun. Watch
so
out,
yeah.
streets of Sydney.
I know. Watch out, guys. I'm going to
Watch out.
Sydney. I leave
I'm
tonight,
just gonna-
actually. Are you doing your Thai nose
Yeah.
lube?
My Tiger Balm inhaler.
Oh my God. Those
So
things are
good.
everywhere in Thailand.
It's you're not really like, it's just part of Thai culture.
They even sell them at the airport, you know, like in the gift
Yeah.
shops.
It's a really good gift to give people.
Like, here, sniff this if you are ever feeling unwell, happy, sad, sick, healthy. Like,
It's really good actually when you're in a cab and you're feeling a bit nauseous.
oh.
Just shove it up your nose.
Remember when we were in Thailand over Christmas with my mom and my aunt, and Olive like kind of like got too hot and like half passed out a little bit, and this Thai lady, like she was like on the ground and I'm like giving her, like putting water on her head, like giving her mango to eat, and this Thai lady runs up with one of those and she's like, smell this.
Yeah.
And then Olive smelled it, and then like a minute later just barfed all over my shoes. I was like, okay, well, we're gonna go back
Thank
to
you.
the island now.
That's not funny, but it's pretty
It
funny.
wasn't. Yeah, it was
You
pretty
can laugh
scary
at
actually.
it later.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
they do that. I remember seeing some guy fell off his motorbike. I'm not joking. He's literally unconscious on the road, and they ran up and they were putting the smelling salts on his nose.
Oh my God, what is it like? Why
Maybe
do
they
they
have
think
them
it
in
works?
ambulances.
I know. Like, why do they think like that's the thing? That's like the cure-all situation there.
Maybe back in the day they were like smelling salts, right? You know, smelling salts that were meant to like. That's what they used to give people when they fainted and passed out. It did something to them and it gave their body like a reaction.
Oh,
So maybe that's the theory, but this is
that's
just like herbs
menthol,
and stuff.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. I don't know.
What else is going on? Oh, we haven't congratulated old mate JT yet.
Oh my God, no! It's not JT. It's JB.
Oh, JB. Oh, God. That just shows how old I am.
You would never congratulate JT.
No, we are not rooting for him.
No. I mean, especially because he just like got the DUI and like didn't do anything, say anything. Like he's just, I don't know, weird.
So weird.
Yeah.
There's a rumor that they're divorced, that she's left him. I don't know if it's true.
Really?
She doesn't seem like the kind that would do that. She seems
No.
like she's pretty in love with him.
Okay. So let's talk about JB and then we can talk about J-Lo and Benifer. Or Benifer? Benifer?
Benifer. Well, Justin Bieber has had a baby. Congratulations, Haley and Justin.
Congrats.
Baby Jack.
Baby Jack. What did I say?
Blues.
Jack Blue?
That's a pretty normal name for a celebrity
Yeah.
because, you know, they could have called that child anything.
Yeah. Jack is super cute. Good job
is
not
cute.
naming him like some weird name like Roof or something.
I just found out Dave Grohl's daughter's name's Violet.
Oh,
that cool?
I love that name.
I love that name. I love Dave Grohl. Shout out Dave
There's
Grohl.
a famous lady that has a child named Olive too. I think that's
Oh, and Jennifer Gardner's daughter is Violet.
Oh, cute.
Yeah, so I just messaged Jesse because the news came out. J-Lo and Ben Affleck are getting a divorce. No surprises there.
You called it like 6 months
Yeah.
ago.
I mean, sorry, it didn't work out the first time.
Yeah. Go to episode like 2. We've already talked about this.
We have already talked about
Yeah.
this. And there's also just an article came out that Jennifer Gardner is also broken up with her boyfriend John Miller.
Well, maybe her and Ben are gonna get back together. I hope. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like it when that happens.
She's too good for him.
Yeah,
I really
agree.
love Jennifer Gardner.
Yeah,
She's
I
great.
do too.
But I didn't realize, I realized, but it never clicked that they're both called Jen.
Yeah, I didn't actually realize that until you said that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, they are."
That's so weird.
It is weird.
So, if he's forgets, when someone calls you by the wrong name,
That would
It's
be
a bit
very
confusing.
easy because it would just
Yeah.
be Jennifer,
And there's a lot of photos of them recently, sitting together in a car, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Gardner. And then there's photos of them when they're together, they're always smiling at each other. And then that's what the
Yeah.
media is portraying. And then when they take photos of Jennifer Lopez, she's always alone. She's always looking unhappy. And it's just oh, I kind of
But he's always standing somewhere, smoking a cigarette,
looking miserable.
yeah,
He looks like he fucking hates his life.
yeah. When he's with her,
So weird.
it is weird. But maybe that wasn't for him, maybe he shouldn't have done that.
But there's a lesson here. Don't marry.
Don't go
your-
back.
Don't go back.
Don't marry Ben Affleck.
Don't go back.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't
I just
do
want to
it.
go back. I can't stop talking and thinking about A Court of Thorns and Roses series. I think every 30 minutes my brain just dings and then I'm thinking about it again. I want to ask you, how do you think that you say their names? Because this is one thing when I'm reading a book with the characters.
Okay.
When I read Harry Potter as an 11-year-old, I thought it was Hermione for a really long time.
Okay.
Because back then there was no social media, no Google, nothing, right? So I didn't know it was actually Hermione for a really long time. And these characters, they have some pretty interesting names. So it's Tamlin.
Okay.
What do you say?
Tamlin.
Yeah. Do you
I
say
say-
Rysand
I
or
say-
Rysand?
Rysand.
So apparently it's Rysand.
No, it's not. Not in my head.
Asriel? Oh, you don't know him yet.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like,
Okay.
wait, who is that?
Amarantha?
Yeah, Amarantha.
Feyre?
Oh, I pronounced it fair.
No, so in the beginning she says you say Feyre.
Well,
See?
I read that, but I didn't get it. It didn't compute in my brain.
Yeah, so it's you reading these books and we both have saying the characters so different.
Yeah. What about Alice? Is it Alice or Elise? Alis.
Who?
The one with the 2 boys that were her sisters.
Oh, the maid,
Yeah,
the
the maid lady. Yeah.
Alice.
Yeah, I thought it was Alice too.
Yeah, Alice. Lol.
So it's
Well,
recent. But
can
what
you just-
about Lucian? Lucian?
Lucian.
Lucian or Lucian?
I say Lucian. I don't
Okay,
know how it's
That's what I
supposed to be
said too,
pronounced.
but
We need to talk about how Lucian is actually a F-boy.
wait, he is?
I just get that vibe. I feel like I know
Oh my
him.
God.
I know so many guys like him.
How have we not talked about, I mean, if you're going to read this book, close your ears, but how have we not talked about Rhysand being Amarantha's man whore?
I know.
I was like, and then he comes into the cell and he's like, I don't know why she picked me to be her man whore. Because he actually is her man whore.
Yeah.
I was laughing so hard. I'm like, wait, what? They weren't just poking fun.
No.
No.
She's enslaved him under the mountain for 50 years to
be-
service her.
Yeah, that's all. I feel like that would be every guy's dream, but
Well, in part 2, you find out why.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
here we go. I've got an 8-hour flight. It's not too late.
You'll
I'm
be able
gonna,
to smash through that. Actually, it's kind of long. Each book gets thicker and thicker as the
yeah,
series goes on.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say that I'll like read the whole book, but I'll probably just pass out on the plane. Like I always do, because that's my
Airport
jam.
wine.
Yeah.
Airport wine. Yeah, so I haven't, guys, I haven't drunk alcohol for a whole week.
Oh, nice. That's
I
good.
know. And I really want to try and wait another week or two. See, I think it's okay. My kids are back at school now, so I'm like, I'm not as stressed.
Yeah.
And I want to try and wait. And we're going to Bali for this wedding in a couple of weeks. And I want to like my first drink to be an airport wine.
You can totally do that. Like
Like
that's
that airport wine is going to taste
Yeah.
so good. And it's going to go straight to my head. And I'm just like, that's what it's holding out for.
Yeah. But if you need to drink, the non-alcoholic Corona is really good. I mean, if you need to feel like
Yeah.
you want to have something, like the non-alcoholic Coronas are actually good. I don't know if you can get them in Thailand, and they're crazy expensive here, but
Are they?
I just have them in my fridge and I'm like, oh, I feel like a beer, but like I don't
Yeah.
want alcohol. And actually it's been pretty good.
Non-alcoholic beer, I think, is the only non-alcoholic drinks that actually taste
For sure. Yeah.
like the same thing.
Yeah.
Non-alcoholic wine just doesn't do it.
No, and the non-alcoholic gin, I feel like just tastes like dirt water.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never tried the gin.
It's not great. It's not great.
But it is. It's that time between like 5 and 7 where it's like in my head, I'm like, a glass of wine would be really nice right now. Like if
Yeah.
you could just have a non-alcoholic drink in that moment, I feel like by the time you've had dinner and bedtime, there's no need.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
It's just breaking that habit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly right. It's breaking the habit, but like the non-alcoholic tricks, and then I'll just like have one and I'm like, okay.
You
That's
just feel relaxed instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's
good.
crazy, isn't it? The power
Yeah.
of the mind.
I know, it's true. Like you can do it, guys. You can like trick your mind into anything.
I'm going to trick my mind that I live in. Oh, is it
Puranthian?
Pyrothin? Pyrothian? I don't know how you
Prithian?
say it.
I think it's Prithian.
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 Yeah, that makes sense.
I don't know. Yeah.
Pyrothian.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. Yeah, but I'm really into the books.
I'm really glad that you're reading them. It
Yeah.
makes me really happy.
Cult. If anybody else is reading them, you have to let us know what you think.
Yes, definitely. Eventually, this will just be like a Court of Thorn and Roses podcast. Just kidding, not really.
No.
It's also Love is Blind, even though I do feel like I should have really watched it.
I mean, it's just the same stuff. Like, and it's kind of like I don't know. Like,
I just
it's-
really loved the American version so much.
yeah, it's so good.
It was just so full of drama and craziness.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, because I think the English people would be too polite to tell someone to like fuck off or be like, you
It's
know,
more
like,
cheesy.
yeah. Which,
Would you just kindly fuck off, please?
yeah.
No, but English people do
Aw.
not like confrontation in any way.
Bless English people.
Bless their little cotton socks.
Bless them. They're so cute.
Bless
And,
Freddie, the funeral director.
Yeah, he's so cute. I mean, I think he is cute. His eyes are like kind of small, but you know.
It's interesting that he's a funeral director because I'm still watching 6 Feet Under and it's just like such a crazy job. Do you want to be cremated or buried?
Cremated for sure. And you know, my dad was horrified when I said that. I'm like, just cremate me and put me in the ocean. Like,
Yeah.
that'd be great.
I want to go into the ocean.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, no, I want everyone to have necklaces of my ashes.
Do you? My dad said, he's like, if I ever die, like in Illinois, because he lives in Illinois, he's like, just put me in the back of the truck and drive me to Kansas because he wants to be buried. Like, but I'm like,
Where does he want to be buried? With
he
is there
wants
like
to
family
be buried,
members?
yeah, with his family. He wants to
Yeah.
be, and they have plots next to each other, and that's very important to him. But I'm like, I'm gonna put you in the back of the truck and fucking drive you to Kansas. What? I was like, I don't. And then we show up at the funeral home. We're like, oh,
Here's my dad
We
in the
got a
back.
situation here. Yeah.
That's crazy. So was he upset because you don't want to be buried in the
Yeah.
family plot?
I think he was just horrified at the idea that I would let my body burn, I guess.
Yeah.
But
But
he
then
and
also
I
being put in the ground and just, I don't know.
decomposing. I know, but he and I have different thoughts on this, because
Yeah.
I'm like, well, the body is going to go away anyway, and my soul is going to leave the body. And so,
Yeah.
like, I think he just gets freaked out thinking, like, what if someone wasn't really actually dead and then they were
Yeah.
cremated and then,
But in this day and age, it's not something that happens. Like maybe in the
Yeah.
olden days where they would like just check someone's pulse and be like, yeah, she's dead. Like,
And then, okay, let's burn her 5 minutes later. Yeah.
but I think people know when someone's dead now.
I think people do. I think,
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know if it's because it's my age or like people are starting to like lose family members, but I just keep thinking about death a lot. Have
Do
you been
you?
thinking about death a lot?
I feel like I have a really good relationship with death because, but also like I haven't really lost anyone that's like super, super close to me. Like all my
Yeah.
grandparents have passed like from my teenage years until my early 20s. All of my aunts and uncles on my dad's side have passed away. So,
See, I haven't really. All I've had is my grandpa.
yeah. I think if
But
you
I just don't know. I feel like we don't talk about it. And like, what happens if someone just dies and you don't know what they wanted? I think we should be talking about these things.
Yeah.
Because everyone's going to die.
Is this going to
It's
be
not something that's not going to happen.
Yeah. This could be a death podcast now. Just
I
kidding.
think I definitely want my ashes like.
Yeah, so like what we did with Sasha's ashes, like she's been spread everywhere. Like we brought some
That would
back
be
here
cool.
and put some by her favorite tree at East Coast Park. She's like all over California.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
I love
so
that.
yeah, I think that's really nice. But I feel like that's kind of a lot. Do you
Yeah.
want to know what too? Like when somebody gets cremated, they don't get fully, so they're like still chunks of bone and stuff in their ashes.
Teeth.
I don't know, but bone, like bone. I
That's
think,
kind of weird. I've never seen ashes.
yeah,
I don't know. But also maybe because everyone's kind of not as religious as they used to be. Like
yeah, maybe.
everyone's a bit more open. Like it's really interesting the way the Buddhists do when someone dies.
Yeah,
I find that really fascinating. I actually want to learn a bit more about it.
you should.
Because what kind of ceremony would you have if you don't have like a specific religion?
Yeah,
This is
that's
stuff you need to
a
think
good
about.
question. So all the funerals that I've been to have been very Christian, like very, singing Amazing Grace, but also like, I know this is gonna sound terrible, and my sister would totally vouch for this, but her and I, like when we were younger, like we would always get the giggles at some point during the funeral ceremony, which is so bad. Like
'Cause it's like that awkward laugh we don't know how to.
for sure. And you can't, and you're like, don't laugh. Like, what's wrong with me? And then we would set each other off and freaking
The
die
fuck
laughing.
is wrong with you, Jess?
I know. So my great grandma passed away, or was it my great grandma? Anyway, someone passed away, and then her best friend, who was like 85, was like singing, and my sister and I were like, don't laugh, don't laugh. But we were like 12 and 13, but we started laughing so hard, and my mom was like, yo, like she was like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. And then do you remember that movie Jackass, or that show Jackass that we used to
Yeah.
watch? And those
Yeah.
guys were ridiculous, right? And so they had this prank that they used to do called antiquing. And when I can't take you seriously when you're doing that thing, it's like sniff it, just a little sniff. I just need a little sniff,
A little bit more.
just like gonna get.
Antiquing.
Okay, so antiquing is when, like, say somebody is sleeping and you take like a bowl of flour and you throw the flour in their face, so then when they
Yeah.
sit up, like they look like a white ghost, because and like
I don't remember that.
so bad. Okay, so at my grandma Connie, at my dad's mom's funeral, they like somebody was giving her, and then they were like, and she had a real love for antiquing, and my sister and I just died. And then my dad's like sitting next to us and we're like crying because we're like, oh God. And he's like looking at us like, stop it, please stop
My
it. What
children
is wrong
are
with you?
psychopaths.
But I also feel like, you know, it kind of lightens the mood a little bit.
It does. And it's a way to release emotions. Like some
For
people cry,
sure.
some people laugh.
Yeah, like although it's completely awkward and inappropriate, you've got to laugh a little bit. Like,
I think
Oh my God.
laughing at a funeral is definitely up there
Wait.
on inappropriate places
It's
to
not.
laugh.
It's not. I'm not proud of it. Like, I can't. This is not. I'm
Oh my
like,
God.
you know, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, what's wrong with me? But then I'm like, nah, I'm fine.
I'm fine.
I'm fine.
Hey, I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah. But it's the same thing. Like, if somebody were yelling at me, I'd probably start laughing because I wouldn't know what to do.
That's really funny too.
Right?
Yeah,
Like
see,
when-
for me, it's when people hurt themselves. Like, that's messed up, but I just find it really funny. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Like, when my kids do something, like, you know, if they fall or trip or something, obviously I make sure they're okay, but once I know they're okay, like, it's really hard not to laugh at what happened. And then I
Yeah.
have to hold it in because I'm like, and especially when my daughter's like angry, and then it makes
I
me
know.
laugh even more.
I know. And you have to just hold it until
Yeah.
everything's okay. And then you can just laugh.
There's so many times she'll be like crying about something really silly, and I'm just like, I have to laugh at the audacity of this, like,
I know.
you know, what she's whining about. And I like turn my head and I'm like shaking. And she's like, are you laughing at me? I'm like, no,
You're like, I'm crying with you.
I'm upset.
That's what we should work on, is turning our laughter into a cry.
Yeah.
Like, how do we actually make it seem like, but I suppose with Botox, it does look like when you're laughing or crying, you can't really tell.
Oh my God, it really does.
Because your face doesn't like move.
That happened. Someone was crying and I almost started laughing because I was like,
I know.
are you
I
joking?
know who it was.
Because
It
doesn't look real.
I know who it was. Was it Anne Hathaway?
Oh no, are you talking about that movie? Yeah.
That
that's funny.
movie. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Like,
No, this was real life. And the person was like, I don't know. And all you see is tears, but like nothing else is going
yeah,
on.
it's so funny.
It looks
Yeah.
so funny.
That also happened on Love is Blind UK. Like, all of those girls don't have a wrinkle in their forehead. And,
Yes.
you know, they be crying and they're like, which I'm one to talk. Like, I get Botox. Like, I actually don't care if anyone knows that because I like it. It's my simple pleasure.
Yeah.
And when I first get it done, even if like I need to squint, I'm like, oh, I can't because of my Botox.
I'm crying right now. I feel bad for you, but you can't tell.
Yeah, like, can't you tell? Like, there are tears.
Was it Cinderella story? I'm just so damn mad, but she's like, well, you don't look it. It's the damn Botox.
That's so good.
But I don't think I've seen you cry.
Surely.
I don't think so.
In the salon?
I
Wait,
know.
remember
There's
that
definitely been
time where
moments we've all cried, but
I definitely cried in the salon. Remember the time that lady was like so like Russian lady? They're very intimidating for me. I don't know why.
yeah.
But she was like so rude. And she's like, this isn't what I asked for. And I was like, well, yeah, but we have to curl it. And then once we curl it, like, the color comes out because this is the kind of style that you're looking for.
Yeah.
And those pictures are all curled. And then she's like, no, this isn't. And she was just so adamant. And I said, you know what? That's fine. Like,
Yeah.
maybe you just come back a different day and I'll put more highlights in it or whatever. So she
Yeah.
paid and then left. Because she was like, well, it's fine. It's just not what I asked for. And I'm like, okay. And then I went into the bathroom and started crying so hard. Like, I was just
Yeah.
like,
That's what I'm saying. You went to the bathroom. And
yeah.
cried.
But then I came out and then she was on the sidewalk and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I actually love my hair. And then she like panicked and like handed me a bottle of wine. And I was like, are you serious?
What a roller coaster of emotions.
It
People
was-
are fucking crazy, man.
People are fucking crazy. It was weird.
Like,
It was weird as
She's
fuck. I
definitely a
didn't like it.
Gemini.
I didn't ask, and she never came back. So I think she felt so embarrassed that she had made me cry, even though she loved her hair. Like, 'cause she went
That's
outside and
nice
was
that
like
she
taking
felt bad.
selfies. Yeah, I
Weird.
think she never showed up again.
My daughter's a Gemini and she'll literally like be laughing and then she'll start crying, or she'll start crying and then she'll start laughing. Like she is, it's really funny.
She's the twin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, okay, here's how you can get me to cry. You can show me a video of a wedding. Show me videos of military people coming home to their families.
Oh my God. Yes. Those
I
get me.
can't. So my client the other day was in the chair and she had just got married and she's like, let me show you my wedding video. And she's showing it as I'm doing her hair and I just start crying.
Crying.
I'm like, this is so beautiful. And then I looked at my assistant. I'm like, can you please give me some tissue? And she's just
Wow.
looking at me laughing, like shaking her head. I'm like, this is so nice.
It's so beautiful. Yeah, like when the dads come home and the kids are like, that's just so sweet. And also, you know, those videos where like you have like deaf babies and then they get their hearing and they hear their mother's voice for the same time.
Know. It's so sweet.
I
And then
can't.
they're like crying and they're like, oh, my mom.
Yeah, I lose it every time. But I
Yeah.
always, that's how I know I'm about to get my period, because I'll start crying at like every advert or
Oh,
every movie or everything I see.
For sure.
I'm like, oh, that's why.
Yeah.
'Cause
Surely
normally-
you have seen me cry like when I was getting divorced. Did I just stuff it all in when I came to work? I probably did, and then just cried at home.
Yeah, I feel like you do that.
Yeah. I mean, I do. I like to private cry. I don't like to cry in front of people. And I'm an ugly crier.
Actually, it's really me, but whenever my sister cries, like she has the ugliest cry face and I can't stop laughing. It's so mean.
It's funny.
But like, you know, it's like,
That's such an older sister thing to say
Yeah.
too.
crying, laughing at your siblings when they cry.
My eyes get like so red. Like if I even think about crying, like my eyes get really red.
Oh, I see. I love it because my lips get all like puffy.
Oh yeah, and then
look
if
good.
I'm like having a night where I'm like crying myself to sleep, and the next morning I'm like, oh my God, my lips are so big.
They look so good.
Yeah, love it.
I know. Or you're like,
I haven't had it. I'm fine. I haven't had a good cry session for a long time, actually, which I think is okay.
I think crying is great. It's such a great release of emotions. I keep trying to tell my teenager that.
Yeah, it is.
Because for a boy, he gets angry and annoyed at himself if he gets upset. And I'm like, no, it's a good thing because you're releasing.
Yeah,
what you're
you don't
feeling.
have to hold in your emotions.
Yeah, you don't. It's okay.
Yeah, I am known in my family as the crier. My mom always said you
really?
could look at me the wrong way and I'd start crying, which isn't entirely true.
So do any of your daughters have that trait? Do you have one that cries more than the other?
Yeah, definitely Eleanor, for sure.
Okay.
It's number 2. Number 2. But it's not.
The second one's is so much more emotional.
Yeah, it's usually hormonal though, because she's like, I don't know why I can't stop crying. I'm like, hormones.
Yeah, welcome to the world.
Like, well, you have 35 minutes before you need to leave for school, so you can cry for that long.
Oh, I know, bless her. My little one, like, she'll cry and then she'll be like, she has to like calm herself down because she doesn't want anyone to know she's crying. So like before she goes out to the park, she'll be like, just give me 5 minutes, and then she'll be like wiping her eyes. I'm like, oh, bless her.
I know, it's so sweet.
Kids are cute.
Yeah, they are cute. The last time I was with my brother and sister, like not last January, but the couple times ago when I went, we went out for dinner, and like it was right after COVID, so I was emotional anyway. And then like we were at this Vietnamese place and they've got us like family style, like in a circular thing. And I was like, you guys, I just wanted to tell you like how good this trip has been. And it's been so nice to be around you. And they're like, she's going to do it. She's going to start crying. She's going to start crying. And I'm like, shut up. And I'm like, no, really? Like, this has been really refreshing. And it's like, I love my family so much. And they're just like, oh my God, because nobody talks about their emotions. It's really funny.
Okay. Yeah.
My mom does. Like, my mom sends me daily messages about how much she loves me, which is really
That's
nice.
so nice.
Yeah. It's very sweet.
Yeah, I think, was that, so you're saying that was after COVID?
Yeah, like right
Yeah.
after because Singapore,
Yeah.
like we couldn't leave for a long
That
time.
made us so emotional, and we just appreciated every little thing. I was the same when I went to England
sure.
after being stuck on the island for 2 years. Like,
Yeah.
every little thing, I would start crying. Like, we walked into this park and there was just like people having fun, dressing up in Halloween costumes, and I was like, this is so amazing. Like, everyone's happy, having fun. And then like we went to this firework thing and everyone was like listening to live music, and I just started crying. I like bawled my eyes out when I got to the airport. We landed in London. I was just crying for like 2 weeks straight about everything.
It was really traumatizing.
It was
very yeah. And I know it was challenging for people everywhere, but like this was a total mind fuck. Like now they're about to shut down again because of Mpox.
So I just Googled, I'm like, okay, Mpox. And like, it literally says like, it is not that bad. Like, most people recover.
Yeah.
You don't need to be hospitalized. Like, you don't even, it's just like, oh my God.
What are we doing here?
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I know. Shut the front door.
Shut the fuck up. It's all right. I've got your room ready. You can just evacuate
Yeah.
and come and live with me.
For sure. Like even if
No,
I have to drive.
when I saw the article, like Singapore is stepping up measures, safety measures, I'm like, if I see, like, how triggering is it to see a temperature screening again?
But also
It
like
hasn't even been 4 years.
I know. And I can't even like when I was back in the US in January with my friends, like I can't even talk about COVID or like listen to people and like talk about it because it's so triggering for me that I'm just like I actually like got up and was like, I can't sit here and listen to you guys if you're going to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
So can you change the subject? And they're like, oh yeah, sorry. Like, yeah.
I think
And
people in
Josh
different
got
parts of
it.
the world don't
Yeah.
realize how traumatic that was living in Singapore.
I know, because they're like get to like get in their car, go for a drive, or like fucking go up the mountain, like go hiking. Like they still got to do stuff.
They had their freedom.
Yeah.
It was completely taken away from us living there.
Bit different for sure.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, we shouldn't talk about it because it's not going to happen because
No.
people are smarter now. People realize.
Are they?
I really
Are
hope
they?
so.
Let's
I hope people
just
realize.
continue reading our fairy smut and you
Exactly.
know, like, yeah. If you haven't got
Prithian.
on the ACOTAR,
ACOTAR. A court of thorns and roses.
yeah,
A
ACOTAR,
court of mist and fury.
yeah. Wait, what's
A
that
court
acronym?
of wind. I don't know, but everyone just says the ACOTAR series. That's how
Okay.
they describe it. But yeah,
Okay.
there's a court of thorns and roses, a court of mist and fury, court of wings and ruin,
Yes.
a court of frost and starlight, and a court of silver flames. I'm really excited for you to read the book too, because like I'm just dying to talk to you about it because
Okay.
things really take a turn.
Here I go. I'm
Okay.
doing it. I'm doing
And
it.
we will catch
I mean,
up
I can
next week.
already see that something's happening just within like the first 30 pages because it's about the wedding and she can't go out anymore and they need
What the
to
fuck is Tamlin doing?
protect her. Yeah. What the fuck
No.
are you doing, Tamlin?
What was he doing? Okay, I actually do want to talk about this really quickly. I'm sorry for
Okay.
people that haven't read it. But when she was in under the mountain and
Yeah.
he was just sitting there doing fucking nothing.
Yeah, but that was his plan.
No, because he had 1 second with her and he just tried to have sex with her. The one time he could see her, talk to her, or do anything, he just tried to have sex with her.
Yes.
That's fucked up.
That's very
Red
man.
flag.
Yeah, like massage guy. The one time he
Tony.
sees me, he tries to have sex with me.
Have you guys spoken?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes, you know, it's that for me isn't like I'm not gonna put any effort. But then he messaged on Friday and was like, "Hello, stranger," and then sent me a bottle of like a mini Kevin Murphy, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going? Where'd you get that?"
Where are you buying Kevin Murphy from?
He got it from the hotel that he stayed in because it like clicked. He's like, "Oh, that's the brand that you work for." I'm like, "Yeah, yes."
Yes. Well, it must be a really good hotel if they have Kevin Murphy as their shampoos and stuff. All right. Well, I think we have spoken and talked about enough about our new obsession and our cult. we hope you decide to join the cult as well.
Please do. It's going to be so much fun to discuss.
And have a lovely trip to Sydney, Jessie, and I will see you next week.
Sounds good.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Love ya. Bye.
Bye.